ever just get in your own way when it comes to anything in life? I can tell you right now as an advisor, so many people do this with their money. I want to go through 3 different tips on just getting out of your way, making sure that you're making some money. So what ends up happening with finance and investing is people make emotional decisions. There's a massive amount of reports of how poorly people do. Due to compliance reasons, I was actually going to pull up a client who unfortunately has made some really bad decisions, and we're the money managers. We try to guide them the best we can on everything, but sometimes they're like, well, I want to be more conservative now. I want to do this. And I mean, we push back and we have to at times, but still, if you're not making the right decisions with your dough, then it could cost you a lot of money. And I wish I could show you the chart on that one, but I'll leave that for another day just to make sure that we don't get ourselves in trouble there. So what are 3 things you could do? The first one is just have a bucket of safe money. So many people go to retire and they're just like, gosh, I just don't want to lose it all. And they slap it all in bonds. Well, if you slap it in bonds in 2022, the market did nothing but fall with bonds because the Fed raised rates. Bonds weren't as attractive that were already out there. And there you sit. And so having a little bit of money that's safe on the side, there's options right now that are for you to just park a little bit of dough to the side, knowing, hey, I've got a good year of income here, a bucket 1 strategy. Right now, high yield savings accounts are paying over 4% per NerdWallet. I know of some that are paying way higher than that. I mean, if you go to something like NerdWallet, I mean, you can find stuff. We've got a money market fund currently paying over 5% that we're using for clients. So you've got different options here. Ally 4.25. I know they're a big one out there. Some of these are at 5%. Make sure that, everything that you're working with is FDIC insured, but park your money somewhere just a little bit so that you can know you can take some risk with some other money, let it grow for you. Now, I'm not going and telling you to put it all on some crazy stock. I'm telling you to make sure that you've just got some money to live, but also your money is starting to work for you some. You're not too emotional with it and taking all risk off the table because honestly, you're not going to keep up with inflation long term. And even these high yield savings rates, they're not going to stick around. All right, so that's the first one. Second one is don't be too hands-on. Get your hands out the cookie jar. Right here, finax.eu. I know I've seen reports on this all over the place, but they say over the horizon of the last 20 years, less than 10% of U.S. actively managed funds have beaten the market. Less than 10%. So if you're in there and you're trying to jump around and you think you can beat the markets on a consistent basis, just know that out of all of the active managed funds out in the U.S. over the last 20 years, only 10% have consecutively beaten the market. So that's one to really remember and make sure that you're not just trying to jump around. If you're out there DIY doing your own thing, don't make those mistakes. And the third one is really just to have a benchmark. If you're working with an advisor, they should be using some sort of benchmark to really analyze their funds against the performance of the average market. So if you're 100% in the stock market, if you're looking at the S&P 500, that's a popular benchmark you can use. You're looking at that to see how is my performance against that. If you're doing it yourself, that's a great way to have a benchmark to know, hey, am I doing the wrong things here? Do I need to get out of the way of myself so that my money can make money? That's an issue that a lot of people have because if they're making emotional decisions, trying to watch the stock market and do all these different things, they could quickly lose a lot of money. And if you're looking at that benchmark, you're knowing, hey, am I doing okay? Or am I just making a bunch of emotional decisions? So get out of your way with stuff. Make some money. If you're looking for an advisor, check us out, jazzwealth.com. We'd be happy to help you.